Good morning. Another weekend, another walk on the coast path. We've come back to Bigbury this morning. It's Friday, bank holiday weekend, and we've got 3 days. So I've got the big pack on again today, and I've got my Macmillan Mighty Hike t-shirt on again, because this video, if my editing and timings all go to plan, will be the last video that you see before I take on my Jurassic Coast Mighty Hike on the 9th of September. Now, I did say something similar to that around about a year ago, and then unfortunately the Queen passed away, and yeah, plans had to be changed. So anyway, fingers crossed Charles can hold on, and yeah, I should hopefully this year be able to get my walk completed. But anyway, yeah, like I said, 3 days away this weekend. My plan ultimately is to finish on Sunday at Brixham. So yeah, it's going to be a tough 3 days. Today I think is fairly manageable. We are heading to Salcombe today, and then tomorrow will be Salcombe to just beyond Slapton, to a place called Street, and then Sunday will be Street to Brixham. We just climbed out of Bigbury-On-Sea up to up a fairly steady but long climb to Mount Folly Farm, which is a campsite right on the coast path. And if my itinerary and my plans are sort of worked out, if I was through hiking this section, Mount Folly Farm was certainly a place I would have stayed at. It looks to be a good setup, and like I say, it's right on the coast path, so it's perfectly positioned. So yes, we've just headed out of Bigbury. We're now heading down here to a place called Cockleridge, where we can catch the water ferry across the River Avon and over to Bantham. So just approaching Farrowstone now, but I just wanted to mention what happened back there when I was waiting for the ferry at the Avon. There was another couple there, Justin and Virginie, and they're staying at the hotel on Burr Island. Anyway, they were asking me about my t-shirt and asking if I was doing a walk today for Macmillan. So anyway, I explained the situation, told them that's in a couple of weeks' time. Anyway, when it came to pay for the ferry over on the Bantham side, they covered it. They paid for me, and they said they wanted to pay as a contribution towards my fundraising. So it was so nice of them. So what I'll do is I'll throw a few quid into one of the fundraising buckets that will probably be spread out along the route in a couple of weeks' time. Now that is Thurlestone Rock, just out from Farrowstone obviously, and the rock is pierced with an archway going through it. A little bit like Durdle Door, not quite as impressive as that, but yeah, still pretty incredible to see out in the bay there. Anyway, we're at Farrowstone now, and it looks as though there's some sort of beachside cafe up ahead, so I might stop and have a cup of tea. Right, we gave up on the whole cup of tea idea. The cafe was a little bit busy and I didn't want to hang around for too long, so I've pushed on. We're about half a mile now from Hope Cove, so when we get there we'll have a look again, see if there's somewhere we can stop there for a little break.
Set myself aside, lead the way on this chart. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change. I know we walk for days, losing hope, fading love. This night will be okay, waking up to another day.
So we climbed out of Hope Cove now, which was quite nice. Never been there before, but it was a pretty place. And I did stop and have some lunch. So I'm pushing on now to Salcombe, which is around 7.5 miles away. Haven't done a lot of talking to camera so far this morning because all the way from Bigbury, you know, through Bantham, Farrowstone, Hope Cove, it's been very busy. And yeah, I'm presuming, or I'm hoping, that now we've left those places behind, this stretch might start to quieten down a little bit. Well, it's a fairly long, steady climb out of Hope Cove, but then once you're up the top, on top of the cliff here, you're met with this absolutely beautiful path. And yeah, I don't know how long it lasts, but I'm certainly going to make the most of it while it is here. Reminds me a little bit of the section leading up to Godrevy and the lighthouse along the top of the cliffs back in that section. You know, very flat, perfectly maintained level paths. Perfect. This is Sawmill Cove, and I've just climbed down into this valley, and it's really rocky. You know, they've got all this, I don't know, is it going to be granite, or but they look like, you know, Tors of Dartmoor either side of me. I've got a big steep hill to climb in front of me now, so that's going to be a good tester for the early part of this afternoon. But anyway, we're doing good. I've just passed a sign saying, was it just over 4 miles until Salcombe? So yeah, I'm surprised actually. It feels as though I'm still feeling pretty fresh, and we're near, well, I don't know, we're nearly there. So I mean, I know I've got this big hill here to get up, but yeah, not too much further now, and you know, we'll start coming around the headlands, and we might start getting a view of Salcombe.
Always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw.
The path is a little bit more exposed and a bit more precarious climbing out of that last cove here. There is another route slightly further inland, which does link back up with the coast path shortly, if you didn't fancy doing this bit. Luckily today the wind is onshore, so it's assisting rather than making it worse. But yeah, if you haven't got a head for heights, maybe take the other path.
It was always on fire, our house, our dream. We were dancing on wire, reckless it seemed. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain. I didn't have the words to explain.
Well, what a spot this is to have a little break for 5 minutes. Absolutely beautiful. So since leaving that bit of exposed cliffland that we walked around back along, the path has kind of leveled out again and become very easy walking. We've had flat, level, wide paths all along the top of this cliff, and yeah, I've been making some good time. So we're about 3 miles now from Salcombe. It's only about 2 o'clock, so I'm just going to sort of take 5-10 minutes here to enjoy the view and the sunshine, and then we'll carry on again. Look at that, how beautiful is that view? Just around that headland in front of us there. Once we get to there, I think we'll be looking into Salcombe. It's incredible weather, been beautiful all day. It's actually raining now, only slightly, but I'm getting a bit damp. It's quite nice and refreshing actually, but I'm hoping it holds off and doesn't come down any heavier, because I don't really want to put my waterproofs on. This is a very unique bit of path here, sort of chiselled right into the cliff face here, very steep on my right hand side down to the sea. Quite grateful for the fence and the dry stone wall here beside me. This little bit of rain has made it a little bit slippery underfoot. Just eased again though for the minute, so hopefully that's the end of it. But yeah, an incredible bit of path. So we just come over the steps and around that bit of cliff there behind me, and now the view's opened up in front and we can see Salcombe. So yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Salcombe, even though I've grown up on the south coast, lived here 30 odd years, closer to 40 odd years now I must admit, but yes, I don't think I've ever been here. So yeah, I don't know what to expect, apart from it's very expensive I believe. So we'll get in there, have a little look around, and then we'll decide whether we want to stay and have a drink and something to eat, or head up to the campsite. Cheers. Well, I knew it would be, but that was very expensive. I had well, basically a posh fish finger sandwich, and it came to £16. But anyway, it was good. There's nothing up at the campsite tonight, so I had to get something in Salcombe. I had no choice. So anyway, had the sandwich, took advantage of being in Salcombe and had a Salcombe gin. It looked a bit feminine, I must admit. It was a rhubarb and raspberry tonic, but it was lovely. And a pint. So now I'm just heading up to the campsite anyway, which is a mile up the hill from Salcombe. I think it's called Higher Roo campsite. So yeah, we're nearly there now, about another quarter of a mile, another 10-15 minutes. But yeah, I'll bring you back once we're up and getting set up. Right, that's me at Higher Roo camping and caravan site, all set up in my lanch, and they're behind me on a bit of a slope. There's not really any flat pitches available in this field, but you know, I've got a view looking down towards the sea at Salcombe there, so it's not a bad spot. Showers are over there. You need 20p's for the showers here, but they will change some money at the shop for me in a minute. So yeah, all good. I'm going to go and get cleaned up, get in the tent, and watch a film or something for the evening. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow or next week for you, and we will be walking from Salcombe on to just beyond Slapton to a place called Street. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.